Okay, so the 2024 crypto developer report came out 3 days ago, and I think they have done an amazing job in here, and I would highly suggest to just read this report yourself if you are interested. If you're not and you are busy, that's absolutely fine. I think there are a couple of very important points in here about ICP, and I'm going to talk to you about them in this video, and then we're gonna go on the live chart and see what is happening. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're having a great time with your family and loved ones. And in this report, there are some very key points about ICP. Number one, in terms of growing ecosystem by overall developers, ICP is in the top 5, standing at rank number 4. And in terms of full-time developers, ICP is actually second, which is fantastic. This is a very good sign, in my opinion, for the mid to long term. This is the first important point. The second point is this: top 3 ecosystem by continent. And as you can see, in Africa, ICP is actually the number 3 blockchain ecosystem in here, which is another very positive sign. Now, here is a very important point. In my opinion, developers are basically the ones who are growing the ecosystem. Okay, remember this one, because in here they say that established developers actually contributed about 70% of the codes overall. Remember this. This is very important, and we are going to use it. Point number 3. When it comes to attracting new developers, ICP is the 3rd largest ecosystem, which is fantastic. In terms of full-time developer growth, ICP stands at rank number 2 with 62% increase in having full-time developers. And this is, in my opinion, so important. Why is that? Because earlier we said established developers, which are usually full-time developers, are contributing 70% of the codes to the ecosystem. So when you are attracting a lot of full-time developers, that means your ecosystem is just going to grow more and more consistently. And these are the things that, in my opinion, you should have your eyes on if you are a long-term investor. Okay, I'm not investing in internet computer for maybe the next 6 months to a year. No, I'm holding this project for the next 10 years, and I fully believe that ICP in the next 10 years is going to be a huge player. So overall, very much positive news for internet computer. And in the live chart, in case that you are a new viewer, I should tell you that we are looking magnificent, and we definitely have the right structure for a fantastic bull run in the cycle. And why is that? Because in this whole move on the downside, we are having a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down with all the subwaves, which suggests that some source of a bottom in internet computer is going to be in. Is this the only bullish reason? Absolutely not. You see, if you want to argue that, for example, we're going to have our final bottom somewhere around here, maybe, let's say this is like a very important support, then okay, we must be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 5 wave on the upside. This specific case is a normal one. The rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive movement, wave 3 in here should not be the smallest wave. And for subwaves, as you can see, we're gonna have 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different possibilities. Doesn't really matter. Let's say maybe like an ABC into wave 2 and a WXY into wave 4. And if you are wondering why am I talking about this structure in every single video, that's because about 85% of you in each video are new viewers. And I feel like I should explain in every single video what I'm doing so my viewers do not get confused. Now, let's zoom in more and see what is happening. What do we have off of the lowest low in here? Around $2.50. A very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up, as you can see, with all the subwaves, and followed by that, I would say to about this low, around $6, we are having a corrective movement, probably a WXY in form of a double zigzag. And on a high degree, in internet computer, we are having an extremely bullish setup. I can tell you, look, this is 5 wave up into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, and according to this thing, well, we're gonna get soon a huge move up in the cycle into wave 3 and 4 and 5. And I want to be very clear, I do believe that these waves are going to happen in this bull run, and in internet computer, you are going to see in the midterm some magnificent moves on the upside. So we definitely have the right structures. What about the short-term price action? Let's go on H4 time frame and see what is happening. So if you remember, the last time that we talked about ICP, we were somewhere around these areas, and I was saying, look, as long as we are, in terms of classic TA, going to stay above this very, very important level, we are absolutely good to go up. What if we get a move down in ICP in order to go under this region once more? Does this mean that at that point we're going to be absolutely bearish? No, definitely not. We're just going to change some waves in here. The general scenario is absolutely going to remain optimistic and bullish. Why is that? Because you see in here, from the lowest low around $6, we are having, I believe, a very clear 5 wave up into a wave 1. This whole move is a correction into wave 2, and after our correction is over, and I do think it's actually over already, we are going to be on our way to have a huge move up into wave 3, 4, 5, and I do think that we are in the middle, if not the beginning of completing the sub waves for this wave 3 right in here. So in my opinion, there is an extremely limited chance that we're gonna have a bearish scenario in here in internet computer going on, because to me this chart screams bullish. Now in the short term, we can have different possibilities. You see, I can tell you, well, okay, maybe starting from the highest side in here, we're gonna have an A, B, C in form of an expanded flat, and basically this point is going to be our final bottom in internet computer. And if something like that is going to be in play, okay, we can argue maybe this is the 1, this is the 2, this is the wave 3, and at the moment we might have a correction structure into wave 4, and after it's over, I need to see at least another move up into wave 5 in order to be bullish just in the short term with quite a bit of confidence. In the midterm, do not get me wrong, we are looking fantastic. This is just about like the very, very short term, okay? I need you to fully understand this. Now, in terms of classic TA, we talked about it, I believe, before. This is a very important resistance area, and if we get a break of it, meaning we go above this area, do a pullback, and then a continuation of the move up in order to take this side, at that point, from this area, we can expect maybe another 30 to even 40% move on the upside in order to reach to about the next important level right in here between 20 to about $21.5, and I think we are also going to get a break of this thing, and then the road on the upside is just going to be much more clear, and you're gonna see at that point something very special in internet computer. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. First, I would like to highly suggest to just read the 2024 crypto developer report yourself. They have done an amazing job in here, and if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. The main point that you need to know about ICP in this report is this: in terms of growing ecosystems, meaning in terms of having developers, overall ICP is number 4, and in terms of full-time developers, which is much more important, I'm going to tell you why ICP stands at rank number 2. Now, why is having full-time developers much more important? Because according to the report, established developers contributed 70% of the code. Now, established developers usually are full-time developers. That's why this metric, in my opinion, is very important and absolutely positive for internet computer. Also, in terms of how popular blockchains are in each continent, ICP is the 3rd popular blockchain in Africa, which is another very positive sign. So in terms of fundamentals, I fully believe that these are the things that you need to pay attention to, and ICP, in my opinion, is definitely going to be winner, and we are definitely having the evidence for it. Also, on the live chart in the mid to long term, we are looking fantastic and everything suggests bullish, and we are going to see, I believe, in the cycle a fantastic bull run in internet computer, and I just do not believe that we are going to see these prices probably ever again. And I want to be very clear, I'm not here to sell you any ICP. No, I would highly suggest to just do your own research, come up with your own conclusion, and then if you thought this is a great project, fair enough, feel free to invest in it. From my point of view, I think this is going to be a big player in the future, meaning in the next 5 to 10 years. That's why I am heavily invested in it. Sure, I am going to take some profit by the end of the bull run, but I'm not going to sell it all. Absolutely not. I am here for the long term. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in internet computer. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent EA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.